Sooan. I'm a veterinarian. I work for a pharmaceutical company, a veterinary pharmaceutical company as a business manager. I graduated almost 20 years ago now, so it's been a long time, yeah. I thought we were going okay. We had obviously our residential house and an investment property, but that investment property was our first home and we moved into another home. And yeah, I think like everyone else, we had a mortgage that we had to pay in 30 years. And I suppose back then we thought that was what normal was. And everybody had a debt for that long period of time. Yeah. So. Yeah, definitely. Like I knew that we had a decent income stream and we could be doing a lot more. And you know, like it definitely wasn't in its full potential. So there was definitely a lot of room. Yeah. I think there's always stress when you've got mortgage, right? But it's just more about we were just going day to day and where we're going for holidays this year. It's not like the future with financial security. I don't think we really talked about that or planned that ahead. And I think that was starting to worry me because I really wanted to have a good plan of, you know, what it's going to look like. I mean, we've looked at other financial advisors ourselves, and we just found that they weren't necessarily doing the best for us. Rather than, I mean, they were just really kind of looking what's good for them sometimes. And what I was hoping to get from Infinity, because I've seen Graham speak, and I just felt like he really cared about his clients in terms of their long-term outcome and not just getting this and that. So my hope was to obviously, in the beginning, we were very focused on paying off the mortgage. And then the next step was going to be creating wealth through investment properties, and then looking at retirement plan and what else can we do to, you know, secure our financial future. Yeah, so I attended a Richard Branson event in Sydney, and in that event they had multiple speakers with different programs and different products, and that's when I noticed Graham, and Graham really kind of resonated with what I was looking for and what I was wanting to see, and I think I was pretty sure, oh yes, I really want to know more about what this guy has to say. But it wasn't until I spoke to, because Graham had brought some of the testimonials on stage, and Megan and Jeremy was up there, and I had a chance to speak to them about, oh, you know, was it really difficult? I had some key questions, and when I addressed that with Megan, that's when I had the confidence, yes, this is exactly what I needed. So that's where I signed up, but I was there on my own. And it was really great that when I signed up, Graham, you know, this masterclass, he was like, well, you need to come together as a couple with your husband, otherwise the program's not going to work. So that's where I met Graham at the Richard Branson event. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I learn everything. I learn new things every time I come to events and meet new people, and there's just so many inspirational people who motivate me when I come to some of these events. But I would say, like, the biggest thing that I've taken out is that it doesn't matter about how much you earn. It's not about the income. It's about how much you spend. And I think that's the point that a lot of people miss. They sort of feel like, oh, but you know, I only earn this much and so I don't have the capacity. But actually I see so many couples that are not necessarily making high incomes, but they have a very restricted budget and they're still able to achieve so much with that. So I learned a lot from that, and I think that's made a lot of difference for us as well, because we know that there's probably more room for success if we if we, tightened our budget a little bit more. Oh, I mean, there's been so many, but I still remember, that there's lots of highlight moments throughout the journey. And Steve and I, my husband, we still remember when we were seeing the mortgage just literally going down to zero, and where you see the interest just disappearing. I think, we were so proud that we even took a screenshot of when it was all paid off. So I think that moment for anyone is very, very emotional, that unfortunately not many families get to experience. So it's a real privilege to be able to go through that. So I suppose we were really kind of on a high, if you like, when the mortgage was paid off in such a short period of time. It was only, we met Graham December 2019, and I think we paid off in maybe April 2021, so it was in a very short period of time. And then I think the other highlighted moments are obviously, we were buying a lot of investment properties, and in the beginning they were very affordable properties, but now, we have a lot of luxurious properties that are actually, they cost a lot more than our resident home in Sydney, and so I think that's also a highlighted moment, definitely, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's really unfortunate that so many people out there are stressed with finances and money, because there's a lot of things that you can do. And at the end of the day, I think you just need to be really honest about where you are and be prepared to take actions and make changes. And you could be in a completely new place, right? And so I'm not only excited about our secured future with freedom, but also I think in that equation, I feel like, because we have enough, that there's going to be room for being able to give to others. And I think that's part of the reason why we really enjoy coming to these REM events, because we're really able to give back to the community and speak to people who are feeling a little bit insecure, like when we were in their shoes at one point, and letting them know that this is just, I suppose, a normal journey that people have taken. But yes, it's very, very exciting, and even exciting to the point where I'm very excited to go to work every day, because I know that it's contributing to something. I know that it's for a purpose. So just planning holidays and just talking about, where we might retire to or what we might do. It's all very exciting, and yeah. The mortgage. I mean, it kind of felt like a dream a little bit, because everybody we know have a mortgage, and it's normal to have one, and we were prepared to do that for 30 years, right? And when we paid it off, we just didn't think it was possible, and it was just mind-boggling, thinking that, wow, this is the amount of interest that everyone is paying to the bank. So it's essentially going to work for probably until lunchtime for free, because all of that just going straight to the bank for interest. So knowing that we don't have to do that, it was just incredible. I think that we have obviously other debts because we have investment properties, but it's a different debt. So I really understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, and how to really utilize that to your benefit. So I don't think, to your point, I don't think we actually did anything because we're on a budget. We didn't go out and splurge or anything like that. And we even said to ourselves, when we pay it off, I'm going to buy a bag, or I'm going to buy a watch and things like that. But when you're in that journey, you kind of just, you get addicted to that feeling, and you just want more of it, and you sort of let go of more of the materialistic things. So I think it's just that moment that really cherish and in our memory. Yeah. Oh yeah, so